Now, could time be running out for the local record shop? The online music market is booming, and experts say this is just the beginning.
Next week sees the opening of the first iTunes download shop. Soon online sales will have their own dedicated chart.
Well, it's already big business in the States, where more than 70 million tracks were downloaded last year.
We've been a bit slow on the uptake here. Around 500,000 tracks have been downloaded in Britain this year.
But compare that to last year, when there were almost no download purchases.
John Carroll's record shop has been on Teddington High Street for 30 years. Music has been his livelihood, but the future is less than bright.
I heard the other day that 8 million people are downloading in the UK at the moment, and I think that you're seeing the last of the traditional record shop.
With new ways of buying music, the shop is often an afterthought. And now iTunes is launching here in the UK. Users will be able to download songs for just 89p a track onto their iPods, today's gadget of choice. Some 70 million songs were downloaded by users in America in the service's first year. But there's tougher competition here, with legitimate sites such as Napster and OD2 already up and running.
Not everybody is going to want to have an iPod or any kind of MP3 player. But what it's doing is it's broadening the range of ways in which people can experience and buy music.
And though reluctant at first, major labels and music chains who've joined forces with legitimate sites are reaping the rewards. While the big music chains have embraced this new downloading technology, it seems it's the smaller businesses that are losing out. There are around 900 independent music stores on the UK's high streets, but they're closing at a rate of one every week. Making a living out of selling music just got harder for some.
They're used to buying their music or obtaining their music in a certain way now, and technology's moved on so much I can't see things changing.
By the end of the summer, there'll be an official internet sales music chart, and the special prices in this store may well become part of a closing down sale. Georgie Arnold, Sky News, West London.
Well, joining us now from our central London studio is spokesman for the British phonographic industry, Matt Phillips. A very good evening to you. A closing down sale. Does this mark, do you think, the beginning of the end for record shops?
No, I don't think so. I think, if anything, it's going to stimulate consumers' interest in buying music again. I think probably the biggest issue that's been affecting legitimate record shops and traditional record shops has been illegal downloading that's been taking place for a number of years now. It's made an enormous dent in the amount of sales that are going through traditional record stores. So now we've got a digital alternative for people that do want to consume music online, then that's a fantastic choice. But I think people will still very much use record stores still.
Matt, we have to confess we're pretty ignorant on things like this. So it's iTunes for iPod users, Napster, etc. for people who use their computers online.
There's a lot of choice out there now.
Thank you.
Certainly. So you'll be pleased that I confirm that. Certainly with iTunes, it works very, very well with the iPod, which of course is the largest selling digital music player currently on the British market. So that's good news for some. But what's also good news is that the other services that have been established for some time and also more recently launched was Napster in the UK. They will operate with normal MP3 players as well as iPods. So it just gives consumers a lot more choice, really, and that's a great move for all of us.
Just tell us how this works. I mean, if we're new to it, how do we set about this? How are we going to make most use of it?
Well, certainly with iTunes, what you do is you log on to the iTunes website and register, and then what you can do as a user is you can go and you can download the tracks from there and transfer them onto your iPod. In the same way that on other digital music services, like for example mycokemusic.co.uk and napster.co.uk, you can go and download from there. Other sites offer subscription options. Napster is one of those, and there's sort of lots of different things that you can do out there. You can also go onto most of these sites and you can stream the song, which means just hear it once over the internet for free before you make a decision on buying it. So really it gives consumers a massive chance to sort of dip into different types of music, try different stuff, and if they want to, they can either go on and download it from the site legally, or they can go on into a record shop and buy it. I think it'll just generate more interest in popular music, to be honest with you.
We'll see what happens next. Thank you very much indeed, Matt Phillips from the British phonographic industry. Thank you.
So we'll look at the latest sports headlines now with Nick.